Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia and to the second episode over here in the new village. Last time we started building this thing right here where we took a normal Minecraft ravine and transformed it into this. Basically a bigger and better ravine, which was a bit of a grind, I'm not gonna lie. We did a lot of work in the first episode and we're gonna do some more today. May not be quite as much, we're gonna focus on trying to get some villagers actually into our village right now, because at the moment all we have is basically a crack in the world. Before we actually move any villagers into this ravine over here, we need to make it a little bit more villager safe, because right now it's not going to take more than a couple of them pushing each other around on this top ledge here to fall off and land on the bottom and most likely die from a height of that fall. So yeah, I'm going to place some fences going along the ledges here so they can't have that happening, and maybe build a couple of bridges, perhaps one on each of the levels, just so they don't have to go all the way around if they want to cross over from one side to the other. Whilst we build these bridges and railings in the background, I just want to take a minute here to let you guys know of a change that I'm going to have to make with the channel at some point in the future. So for as long as I've been making videos, I have made a point to read and reply to pretty much every single comment. Let's say 98% of them I get to, which I love doing. It's one of my favorite things to do, reading the comments and replying to them all. I feel like it's a really good thing to communicate back with you guys and kind of get involved a little bit. I love doing it, but at the moment, and this is a good problem to have, I've been getting an overwhelmingly large amount of comments and kind of dedicating many hours every week to doing that, which yeah, is a good thing to do. And at the moment, with the current situation of the world, with this whole pandemic going on, I should say this is recorded a couple of weeks in advance, so there's a small chance circumstances could have changed a little bit between now and then, but I imagine things are still the same by the time this video comes out. So yeah, at the moment it's all fine because I'm on lockdown. I have all the time in the world to actually do that, but as soon as things start to slowly return back to normality, and basically whenever I go back to work and my time is cut in half pretty much, I'm not gonna be able to keep up with that. You know, I only have a limited amount of time as it is when things are back to normal, and I can't really put the 4 to 5 to 6 hours in every week actually going through all the comments and replying to every single one, which sucks because, as I said, I love doing it. But I think you guys would rather I put all of those hours into actually making the videos and getting the same amount out every single week. So yeah, that's going to be happening whenever this does come to an end, which I'm very sad about. Hopefully you guys can understand, but obviously for the meantime I'll still continue to reply to them all until this is over. And once this is over, I of course will still read them all and I will see every single one. I'll try to reply to questions and that sort of stuff, but yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to get to every single comment. If I'm being completely honest here, guys, I'm honestly not too big of a fan of everything we've just built here, especially the fences. They're very similar throughout the entire of the walkways, and I may still make them look a teeny tiny bit more interesting, even if we just do something as simple as that every now and again, jut them upwards a little bit, or maybe put some full blocks in place. But I don't know. Basically, when you build in TekTopia, you sometimes have to prioritize the functionality over the looks for build and worry about the creativity of it afterwards, which, if it's something as important as a bridge going from side to side and a railing keeping the villagers from falling off to their death down there, you have to make sure they're gonna be safe before you can worry too much about how it looks. So with the bridges, generally I'm happy with it for the most part. It's a little bit chunky. I would have rather had something, you know, kind of a bit more natural and free-flowing and possibly diagonal, just going straight across, maybe even without the railings. But if I was to do that, villagers would fall off all of the time, which we obviously don't want. So yeah, had to go with a little bit of a wider design, but for the most part, bridges, I'm okay with it. It's just the railings I'm not too fond of, but I do not trust them for not pushing each other off all of the time if I wasn't to have these. Maybe we can do a little bit of a test without them in like a section, but yeah, I would be very surprised if nobody ever fell off. I really thought all of these overhanging walkways were going to be wide enough when I first built them, but if we just take a run along here, let's say, it gets really narrow at some points. It happens, you know, a few times throughout all of these pathways. So I think what I'm going to do now is go along and widen them, especially when it gets like that. I'll have to just bring the stone back a little bit and shape it a bit more up there. It's going to be something I have to do off camera, however. So I'm going to do that, as well as lighting up this entire place, really, because I obviously have it all torched up over there, but that doesn't look particularly good. And no, guys, this time we're actually not going to be using my invisible lighting mod. We're just going to be going without that and using regular Minecraft lighting. So there's going to be some danger spots probably every now and again that I miss. Again, should make things a bit more exciting. I really think we're going to get a villager death this time round, so something to not look forward to. But yeah, I'm going to go around, light up this place the best I can. I'm most likely going to use torches. I may even just kind of put them on top of the fences every now and again like this, or do the jutting up parts like I said about a second ago. So yeah, I'm going to get working on that, and maybe I'd try and improve the fences a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll see what I can do. As you can see, I have made some changes around here. Our fences now have a few of them rising up to the level above it, making the overhangs look connected and a bit more well supported, which I think is really good. And of course, plenty of torches on the sides and the bridges too, as well as the pathways leading down. I've also done a few fences with some torches on top of those to light it all up. And over here in the center, we have torch spam. Everything else is permanent other than this. I just didn't really know what to do with this area because I'm most likely going to change it, so didn't want to add in anything permanent, but everything else that we've done is there to stay. And I really do quite like these little fences. It's such a simple thing, but I think it just makes it look a lot less repetitive, and just the fences, I like them now. It was a very simple thing to do, but I think I've had a change of mind or a change of heart, and yeah, I like this now a little bit better anyway. And you'd be surprised how long this took me to do, because I actually have all of these fences not connecting to any blocks, so none of them do that at the top, so I had to do quite a lot of terrain manipulation. I've also made some of the sides wider as well. So yeah, this place should be all lit up now. There's probably some 7s and 6s and 5s around here and there, allowing mobs to spawn, but for the most part, I think we've got it all reasonably safe and well lit. I just want to take a brief intermission here to let you all know that I now have a second channel, which is probably fairly old news to those of you who watch my survival series, but in case you didn't know, now you do. I'm going to be uploading my live stream replays over there, so if you've ever wanted to watch one of my streams but haven't been able to make it for whatever reason, then you can watch the video version here on YouTube over on that second channel, so I'll leave that link in the description. Believe it or not, it's actually nighttime right now, so I'm assuming I've got more than enough torches in here. I haven't had any mobs drop on my head just yet, so maybe this place will be a little bit safer than I first thought. But do you guys remember at the end of last episode, I said how my video style may change just a little bit in the progression of this village? So usually whenever we do a build, I time-lapse it and then do a little chat or play some music over it or something like that. But because we're pretty much building entirely underground here, I'm not going to be able to do that always, because it's not going to make a particularly good time-lapse most of the time. So I'm thinking maybe in replace of it, we could potentially do a little building on camera. I probably not a whole lot, because I'm really not very good at it. Like, really not very good at it, but maybe every now and again I can maybe talk you through some of my thought process, or just do progress updates, or skip it entirely and show you once it's done. We'll do a variation of all of it, as well as time lapses every now and again. The next two builds I'm hoping to do, we actually should be able to time-lapse because they're going to be pretty big. So I need to build the town hall and the storage room now. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first, but they're going to be fairly large, so I will be able to release my beacon here. Oh, please tell me. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to remove that block there so I can actually have a beacon. I'll dig out an area, and then hopefully it should be large enough where I can actually make somewhat of a good time-lapse of one of the town hall or the storage room being created. I decided to go with the storage room first of all, so that is currently what we're digging out an area for now, and I thought it'd be cool to track how many blocks we actually mine throughout the creation of this village. So I should be able to use my world download link to check how many blocks I'd mined previous to starting any of this, but may need you guys to remind me later on down the line when we start nearing the end to check my statistics so we can compare the two, because we're going to have to do a whole lot of digging in this place anyway. But when it comes to building underground, it's pretty easy, for me at least, to just dig out an area and then symmetrically decorate it, which is what we're doing here. But with this whole village, I'm going to try avoid that for the most part, because that's actually all I ever used to do in Minecraft. I used to build a lot underground because I wasn't actually comfortable with building exterior work. That's only till fairly recently, maybe in the past year or so, I've kind of found my stride with that. So that's all I used to do, is build underground and decorate the holes. So yeah, I want to avoid that for the most part, but I think the storage room and the town hall are going to be one of a few exceptions. So this room right here is pretty much a decorated hole. That's all it is, right? It looks cool, don't get me wrong. I just don't want to do it for all of them. So take the blacksmith, the school, the library, every other TekTopia house, or not household, but building, I will try and make not symmetrical, right? That's the aim of the game here. I don't want to have that for all of them, but I think a couple of them here and there make for a good exception. And the town hall, or well, the town hall and the storage room are pretty important buildings, so I think it's okay if we do that for these two. Haven't quite figured out what I want to do for the entranceway at the moment, so currently this is what we have, but don't worry, I will certainly do something. I just quite haven't figured it out. Okay, no. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Attempt number 2. Hopefully no creepers drop on my head this time, which they shouldn't because I've covered this whole area up. But let me actually show you this build. Apologies if it's quite dark up the top there. You should be able to see it, just maybe not particularly well. So this build right here, and I'm probably going to do this for some others throughout this village, is a little bit Dwarven inspired, hence why we've got all of the wood and the stone. So let's take the walls for example. I have tried to make them in a fairly smart way. So you can see on the bottom 3 blocks here we've got some andesite, or polished andesite, sorry, stone bricks and cracked stone bricks, meant to be the foundation, kind of another thing solidifying it and holding it in place, as well as all of these spruce slabs going around on each level. But from upwards there we've just got natural stone on show. So we've got obviously regular stone, gravel, andesite, and then some cobblestone cracks. You can see all of the cobblestone kind of connect to each other in a line. I've done a little bit of that outside the ravine, but it's a bit more obvious here. So yeah, it's meant to be as though the wall is cracking a little bit, right? So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It just makes it look like the actual, you know, natural earth is on show in this place. It's not all entirely man-made, which I really like, and I think helps with the whole Dwarven feel to it, right? Another thing, I know these are different levels and they're not all on the same Y level, right? That's intentional. Wanted to make the lanterns look a little bit more interesting. And then we've got this thing in the center, which I thought, since we were going with a bit of a Dwarven theme here, it could be a bit similar to the Arkenstone in The Hobbit, right? A very important gem that the dwarves found and kind of had hung up in the dead center of this very important room. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little thing to add. Plus we've got some end bronze up there, looking all magical, making it look, well, brighter for a start, and also pretty cool. I do wish we had some cracked stone brick stairs and polished andesite stairs though, but unfortunately that is all we have in 1.12. So yeah, we got that in the center, which I quite like. A nice little detail. Of course, the main emerald block, very important in TekTopia. And yeah, as far as actual functionality of the storage room, we have, what is this, 24 double chests I think in each in the whole place, so that should be plenty, I would imagine. I can always add some more in if we do happen to need it. And then we've just got some furnaces in case any of the villagers need to make some charcoal. I think they use it from time to time. And then of course our crafting bench in the center here. By the way, we are on the ground level here for a very good reason with the storage room, because it's like the main centralized point of the entire village and where a lot of the villagers actually congregate to and spend a lot of time coming back and forth from it. I really do not want that on one of the ledges here where it's even more likely for a lot of pushing and shoving, so I wanted to put it down here on the bottom level where there's plenty of room for them to push and shove all they want to all day long. So yeah, that's why we're down here, and I think the storage room is also, or the town hall, sorry, is also going to go down here on the bottom level. I'm thinking maybe we just do it pretty much opposite the storage room, so somewhere around here I'm just going to dig out a big old hole and we can start work on the town hall. And for the few finishing touches, 1, 2, and 3 carpet on the front table here. And that is our town hall all done, looking very hall-like if I do say so myself. May have gone a bit overboard on the buttons, that's the only thing I'm a bit iffy about. Maybe you guys can let me know if I should tone them back a bit or maybe just get rid of them entirely. And another thing I'd like your opinion on, we have these bone blocks behind the stone as you can see here. Just to add in a colour that wasn't, you know, brown for the wood and grey for the stone. I know it's not exactly the most vibrant of colours, but I thought it blended in quite well. But if you got any other ideas of just a little accent colour we could put back there, maybe let me know and I can change that out when I eventually do see the comments. I do pre-record this quite a lot, as most of you know by now, but good to mention it every now and again. So yeah, town hall all done. I like how this place looks, and we can now go and collect our first token and place it down somewhere, although once again the entrance isn't particularly nice at the moment. Oh boy, this is exciting, placing down the first token, ready to make this an official village. And I don't think these guys are in here yet. I'm pretty sure they take a second to spawn, so maybe if we just step away, do a bit of do, maybe they've popped into existence by now. Let's go take a look. There they are! Hello architect, hello tradesman, how are you doing? I missed you ever so much. Not a lot to say. Oh, there we go. They've burst into life. Going straight for the seat, I imagine, next to Sir Mecklin over there. It's very good to have you back, guys. I'm glad you're back, ready to do business. Unfortunately, won't be doing any trading with you today, as, yeah, I don't have time to build much of anything else. But now what I would like to quickly do before we do end off the episode is just kind of finalize what we've done so far today with the town hall and the storage room. This whole thing doesn't look very nice, so I'll see if I can come up with anything that, well, as long as it looks better than this, I think we should be good. Hold on just a second, I watched back my clip then, as I do every time I record, and I think I saw a chest. Yes, okay, this must be what happens if you actually craft the town hall token. What have we got in here? Storage, cool, we'll get that done today, and a home, and a farmer and a lumberjack. Maybe I will hand these out today, although I'd have to make them a whole home, so possibly we'll save them for next episode. Here is what I've done for the meantime. It may still change. I'm a little bit unsure of it for the moment, and I'm definitely not going to be doing, oh, loud mobs apparently, this kind of like cave-like structure for all of the buildings. I've only got it for these two down here. Most of them I'll probably, you know, just do something like a entranceway like that, whether it's out of wood or stone. But yeah, I thought for these two maybe we could do the cave. So for this one it's only a short little thing, and we end up at the storage room, which I have placed down the token over here, as you can see. And if we just run over to the other side real quick, you can see we've got a similar thing going on, a little bit more curved to this one. And I know I haven't quite done the floor yet, mainly because I don't know what I'm going to do in this main area still. So for the meantime I'll leave it blank, but I imagine we'll just kind of drag this pathway through using the stone brick and andesite, or at least I thought there was polished andesite in this. Maybe there's not. Okay, just stone brick then. I really am going to need to set up a better place for my base, because right now that's what I have to do to get into my little storage area over here, which is a giant mess. I'm not going to sort it today. I'll probably tackle this off camera, or just sometime off camera in the next episode. It's jumbled like crazy. There's everything going on. And yeah, this is really not a good spot. I want to set up a smithy in replace of this. I think it'd be really cool to have our blacksmith working away over here. And TekTopia tip for you guys, if you ever set up like your own little base like I do every village, do not, and I repeat, can I get close? Yeah, do not set up next to a blacksmith, because he will hammer away at that anvil and it will drive you insane. I had to suffer with that last time. Oh, good morning, good morning. Okay, it's daytime now. That'll probably be one of the very last times I can sleep before we actually get some villagers in place, but I'm hoping maybe if I'm lucky I can capture the merchant and nomads coming in for the day. They did it yesterday and it all seemed to work well, but I didn't actually see them use any of our entrance or staircase, so I'm gonna hang around outside the main gates here next to this Skelly Bob, who is now dead, and wait for them and their arrival. Here they come, guys, making their way through the forest. Hello Taufen, who's the other one? Hello, hang on, Nerl and Gabriella. I need to hurry up and actually see them use this thing. Okay, good. They don't just drop straight in. That was a little bit thing that I was worried about. And they can use fences, which is a very simple and effective method at keeping mobs out. Like, the villagers are smart enough to open this, but obviously the zombies can't, so that's awesome. The first one, Talvin, seemed to have gone down the staircase. Gabriella and Nerl are doing the same thing. Oh, look at them go. And then all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. I assume they're heading to the town hall just to have a browse around, because there's nowhere else they can really go at the moment. So those guys back there are going to spend the entire day idly just... Oh, hello, other nomads. Where did you guys come from? Or girls, I should say. Yeah, they're just going to spend their entire day stood outside the town hall waiting for something to happen. So yeah, maybe next episode we'll be able to hire a couple of these guys. Boy, oh boy, it's a bit dense around here, isn't it? You guys want to, you know, maybe spread about a bit, go wander around the rest of the ravine? No chance. They are dead set on waiting here. And the merchant has obviously done the same. He's not quite visited as of yet, but I saw him do it yesterday, so I know everything is working. Oh, there he is up there. Can you see him? Coming down the staircase. So, yeah, that's awesome. Everything is working as it should be. None of them fell into the ravine. I actually haven't had any mobs drop on my head yet. I'm sure it will happen eventually. But yeah, that's awesome to see. Ah, we got a proper village underway now, guys. It's all up and up from here. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching this episode. I really hope you did enjoy it. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.